What's up, pilots? I heard that you want to make billions in EVE Online? Well, that's the right place. Welcome to the Faction Warfare section. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another video. Well, today we're going to talk about defensive plexing in EVE Online. And before I start about talking about defensive plexing, I want to tell you that this video is a part of the how to become a billionaire in EVE Online. And defensive plexing is not like the best way to make ISK in game, but it is still a way to entertain yourself and to do something. So let's get it started. What is defensive plexing? There's two type of plexing in EVE Online, and people call it offensive plexing and defensive plexing. But about the plexing, I'm going to talk about in a minute. First of all, let's hit up the faction warfare screen and window. Now, as you can see, there is faction warfare, right? This is the faction warfare window, and you can open it on your character once you dock up, or even if you're undocked, you can open it. But let's say that you just created a new character. All right, this video is going to be for people that are new to EVE Online, and the first steps that you really want to do in faction warfare is actually really defensive plexing, unless you have skills that will be good enough for doing offensive plexing. Now, as you can see right now, this character is on a trial account, and it's Amar. So I just made it for fun and just for videos and stuff, but whatever. It's not my main character, of course. Now I'm going to explain you very fast what it is about in faction warfare. Now there are four factions, as you know: Minmatar, Galente, Amar, and Caldari. Now Amar and Caldari are together in an alliance against Minmatar and Galente. Now I'm a Amar character, and I decided to join myself in the Amar militia, or Amar Empire. Now, as you can see, there are different types of tiers: tier 1, tier 2, 3, 4, and 5. The same stands for Minmatar. Now you can see those dots over here. This is the star map, the systems, and the blue dots are the systems controlled by the Amar Empire. The red ones are controlled by the Minmatar Empire. Now the Minmatar Empire is a tier 3 right now. On the other hand, Amar is on tier 2. Now, what is the difference? As you can see when I mouse over, tier 1, it says 50% reduction to loyalty point gains. Now, tier 2 is standard loyalty point gains, and tier 3 is 75% bonus to LP. Tier 4 is 150% LP bonus, and tier 5 is 225% LP. Now, most of the time, you will be between tier 2 or tier 4 in depends on whatever faction you are going to be. Now this depends on how much people are actually putting into the faction warfare. You can donate LP to the faction so you can increase your tier, but we're not going to talk about this right now. We're going to talk about that I am in Amar, and I'm not in a good position right now. Now, a few people will say that it really doesn't matter if you're going to be Minmatar or Amar, but I will tell you that it does matter, because they will get more LP and they will make more money. On the other hand, you will have to farm more, and the LP store is not that great to make money for ISK. So the thing about LP, what is LP? LP is low to points. You get them in a few different ways, like plexing. Plexing is the thing that we call when you farm an outpost. There are different types of outposts. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Now, when you do this, and when you finish a current mission, or when you protect the outpost, or when you kill an enemy, you will get LP, loyalty points. Now, there's different types and different amount of loyalty points you can get in different ways. For example, if you do faction warfare missions, tier 1, level 1 missions will get less points than level 2 missions, and up to level 4 and 5 missions will give you like 100 times more LP. And of course, they will require bigger ships and better fits, and so on. The same thing stands for faction warfare. Now there are five, no, four different types of outposts. There is the novice outpost, the smallest one. Only Tech 1 frigates can join this one, and faction frigates. Um, there is the small outpost. Everything up to a destroyer can join the small outpost. There is the medium outpost. Bigger ships like cruisers can join in here. And there's the large outpost. Like, it's open for everyone. Everyone can join it. And the difference is that there are, I'm sorry that I touched my mic. There's different types. For example, as you can see on this window over here, it says the blue systems are AMAR controlled. So right now we're interested in defensive plexing. What does that mean? So I'm going to go out right now. Before I go out, I'll tell you about the fit I'm using and the exact chip what I'm using. But before I go out, I want to tell you that you can see which systems are controlled by the MR. And if you want to do defensive plexing, that means that you have to be in a MR system. I mean, controlled system. If you're Minmatar and if you're enlisted for the Minmatar, you want to be in a Minmatar defensive control system. It doesn't really matter what race you are. You can join any militia you want. Here, over here, this button, it won't say retire, it will say enlist me. Well, if you want to join the Minmatar faction warfare militia, you want to be in a Minmatar station, which is usually in a Minmatar system, controlled system. So you go there and you just dock up, you check over here, there should be the Minmatar icon over here, and you just hit enlist me, and GG, you will fight for the Minmatar. Now the thing that you need to know about faction warfare is that you will be open for killing for any of your enemies. That means that if I'm Amar right now, any Minmatar, even in high sec, can kill me, and Concord will do nothing. There is, although, faction warfare police, but you will die. So Alright, so let's get it started. This is a few things about faction warfare overall, but let's get it started and let's get straight to defensive plexing. Now, this ship is called a Tormentor. I can show you this one. If you're brand new to EVE Online, you will start in a rookie ship and you will have to train for the Tech 1 frigate. Now, you don't have to be a Mar, or you don't have to fly a Tormentor, but the Tormentor over here is the most used ship for defensive plexing. I will tell you why in a second. So if you go to ISIS over here, Alt 1, you go to Amar and you go to Tormentor. You left click on it and go to requirements. Now it needs spaceship command level 1 and Amar frigate level 1. If you don't have that skill, you right click, view market details, and there we go. I can buy me one in just 4 jumps away for 40,000 ISK. Now, I got that skill already. You won't have it if you're brand new to the game. Anyways, kaboom, we got the ship. What do you need? You click Alt F and you open the ship fitting. Now, as you can see, I have 4 warp core stabilizers, Tech 1. Why do I need them? Because I'm going to defensive plexing. And if you, let's say you are going to be AFK for like just a second and someone will warp into you, I mean, I'm talking about an enemy, and he wants to warp scramble you, that means that you won't be able to warp away, you will die. And if you don't have those, you won't be able to warp away. Now, people can fit a warp scrambler, right? And if you don't have those, you're pretty much dead. Like, if you're not paying attention, let me tell you that if you're not paying, that doesn't mean that you are 100% safe, but if you don't pay attention, you will die anyway. So to get warp core stabilizers, you go to show info and you see that you need warp drive operation level 1 and navigation level 1. Now navigation level 1, I think you get the skill by already creating a character, but for warp drive operation you have to go to the market and buy yourself the skill. As you can see, 4 jumps away it is only 30,000 ISK. And yep, this is enough money. Now you can, as you can see, it doesn't cost a lot to get the skills done. It will take you probably like 20 minutes to train the skills. Now a little expensive part about a new player is the warp core stabilizers. Now if you hit the information button and if you go to the market, you will see that one of those costs 250,000 ISK. 4 of those, that makes 1 million ISK. I just spent 1 million ISK to get this one. For a new player, that's kinda a lot of money. But don't worry, there are many ways to make money, and faction warfare is the right way. So I'm going to go outside, I'm going to undock right now, and I'm going to show you how to find yourself a novice outpost in your control system for your faction and how to defensive plex it. Now as you can see, I have local chat open, and you can see over here that those are purple or green. Those are friendly. Now where's my, okay, let's open scanners, open probe scanner, and you have to check out this over here, show anomalies. Okay, so there is the novice over here. You go away, you check on it, and you warp to it. Right now I don't have to descan it because I see that those guys are friendly, right? I'm going to warp over there and I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to drag this window over here. I usually do it like this way. Direction descan and probe scanner are on the same plate because I don't use that most of the time. In a future video I'm going to show you defensive mechanics of gameplay, how to survive in faction warfare and in PvP overall. Keep in mind that faction warfare is PvP, guys. You cannot, like, everyone will fight you. You keep in mind that everyone will fight you. And okay, we just warped to this place, and as you can see, a timer started over here. It's 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Now after 9 minutes you see 2 frigates, right? But don't worry, those are friendly. Now if you show information, you'll see that those are Imperial frigate, and they will not harm you. Now the first thing, you see that there is a beacon over here, right? Now if you want to do defensive plexing, the best way, let me show you tactical, not this, tactical, and that's where I am, right? That's the beacon. Now the best place to be is probably here, because people who are going to warp in, they're going to warp to the beacon. They just come from here, like that, like you just did, like I just did. All right, so I just go like there and double click in space, double click in space, and my ship is going to go over there. The other thing that you can do is you can orbit the outpost. But it's not a good idea because orbiting, you know, at some point will get you close to the beacon and people will be able to catch you. Now, there is one more thing that you need to keep in mind, that the timer works only between 30 kilometers from the beacon. If you're further than 30 kilometers, the timer will stop, and that's not in your favor, right? So what you need to do is to keep at range, always keep on range the timer, I mean the outpost, so you'll be closer. And a good place to be is around 25 kilometers away from the outpost. And why is that? Now because as you can see right now, I'm like 19 kilometers away from the beacon, and people will never catch me. I'll have enough time to warp away if someone unfriendly joins, right? So that's why we're doing this. And yeah, this is like defensive plexing. Remember that this is, you don't have to have any guns, you don't have to have any skills. This is just staying over here, and I'm going to shift space and stop my ship, and I'm going to semi AFK over here. Now I'm going to talk about D-scan. Now, as you can see, this directional scan over here has range and angle. Now, you are interested in having this at 1 AU. There's it, AU, 1 AU, and you hit scan. And right now, it doesn't show anything because nothing is around, right? Now, if someone like 1AU is, you saw the acceleration gate before I jumped into this outpost, you saw it, right? Now, if someone jumps to this gate, and if if I spam this scan button, I will see that someone is coming. If I know that if there are any hostiles or unfriendly militia in there, I would keep an eye on the D-scan because people will warp in and they will kill you. Believe me, they will kill you. No matter how fitted it is, you don't have any guns, you don't have any shield extenders, you don't have any armor rep, you have nothing. So this is defensive plexing. You have nothing. You warp away. If someone warps in, you warp away. Now those people are friendly. If someone of them decides to warp in, and if the timer ends and he is in the outpost, the loyalty point will be splitted. Now let's talk about the bad part about defensive plexing. Defensive plexing doesn't pay out LP good, and I'll tell you the difference. Now, my main character is in Galenta Militia, and Galenta Militia is currently in tier 3, and for capturing a novice outpost as offensive plexing gives me 7,500 LP, and converted that into ISK is around 20 million ISK. 20 million ISK in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, boys. Now, the difference between defensive plexing and offensive plexing is that defensive plexing, you don't have to fight the frigates because they're in your militia. They're protecting your outpost. And that's it. But offensive plexing, for example, if I want to go offensive plexing with this ship right now, I need to go first into a Minmatar system, and after that I need to find a novice outpost. I need to jump in there like I did the same thing over here. I need to enter it, and those frigates in there will be Minmatar, and they will attack me, and I need to kill them. And but this is, I'm going to talk about this in a different video. I just wanted to explain you the difference between defensive and offensive plexing because a lot of people don't know this, and I'm assuming that you are new to the game or new to faction warfare. So I'm trying to be as much as as much as helpful in the situation of explaining things in because guys, it is hard when you don't know nothing, and that's why I'm providing those videos and those tutorials. I know for people that already know this, it's bullshit right now because it's easy. Everyone knows it, but even me, like 2 months ago, I didn't know nothing, and I thanks Crossboard for helping me out. He was my senpai, man. He teach me how to do everything, and I'm going to teach you guys. And yeah, now talking about the thing about defensive plexing again, let's go back to defensive plexing. There's a good part about defensive plexing because you get small amount of LP. It is small, but it is still something. Now, for a beginner, it is still something. The good, like, you will see. Let's say you just started a tutorial. You just started a how to call it, a trial account, and you don't have the skills for fitting guns, flying drones, having big damage and stuff. Because keep in mind that EVE Online has to do not with your skills, but with your skills that are in your clone, in your character. The more and the better skills you have, the more damage and the more survivability you will have in a certain part of the game. For example, if I want to do offensive plexing with this character, I won't be able to do it because I won't have the skills to kill the frigate. Now that's why you start with defensive plexing, and that's why you keep your skills up for training. Now I can show you a fit. I can show you a fit. This fit over here. If you want, you can screenshot it. You can try it out. This fit should be able for a Tormentor fit, this ship would be able to give you a right example for trying out offensive plexing. But my suggestion and my advice is don't buy it, don't do it unless you don't have enough ISK. Now, there is a rule in EVE Online, and it means that never fly a ship that you cannot afford losing. Now, this ship over here costs like $500,000. Right now, my ISK balance is almost empty because it's a trial account. And yeah, whatever. But my main account can make in offensive plexing, ladies and gentlemen, 1 billion ISK in 2 days. Just I'm not talking about playing like a zombie. I'm talking about just you know just semi AFK offensive plexing. 1 billion, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 days. Do you know how much mining you have to do to get 1 billion? It's probably 2 weeks. But in plexing, offensive plexing, it is 2 days. In defensive plexing, it might be 1 month. I don't know. I'm not doing defensive plexing. I'm just doing the video to show you what is defensive plexing, and if you really want to do it, there you go. Now, another thing that I want to show you is I'm going to open the faction warfare window one more time, and in the system is called Anchor, and it is 42% contested. That means that there is more higher chance that people will come here and do offensive plexing, and for you it will be contested. People will be fighting here, and there is a higher payout for defensive plexing compared to 0.3. Like 0.3 contested, defensive plexing will almost pay you nothing. This will pay, I don't even right now know how much it will pay me. It will pay me out in 45 seconds, as you can see the timer. There is it. There's the outpost. Well, we just saw it. 34 seconds. 34 seconds. And it will give you a notification with a mail, and it will say how much LP you just got for defensively placing this blah blah blah. This is the same way for offensive plexing, but just you fight the frigates, because if the frigate is out, it will stop the timer. You have to kill it, and you need to be careful because there will be unfriendly militia and they will come and kill you. Now, 4, 3, 2, 1, kaboom! We got a mail. Whoops! Open the mail, and ladies and gentlemen, it gave me 3,000 LP. Well, that's nothing. I told you, I just spent 10 minutes of my life, 10 minutes in defensive plexing with this ship over here. 10 minutes. The same 10 minutes in offensive plexing is 7,500. What's the difference? The difference is big. Now I'm going to dock up, ladies and gentlemen, because this was an example how to do defensive plexing. We didn't get any fights, and I wouldn't do any fight right now. But in the future, I'm going to show you in my future videos. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to do offensive plexing. And in the future videos, I'm going to show you PvP. I'm going to show you how to survive and how to not die in PvP situations. And yeah, if you guys really like the videos and the tutorials that I'm providing to you, hit me up with the subscribe button, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Fly safe.